Welcome back to Business Today. Now let's talk food. Since it's Easter and we are celebrating, seafood businesses in Kenya are on the rise, as many Kenyans are now embracing the unique taste and flavors of their Swahili dishes that for a long time was dominantly preserved to eat while on holiday at the cost of visiting a flashy restaurant. As a result of the increasing demand, many seafood businesses like Tam Tam Seafood have set up shops in the busy streets of Nairobi and offers a wide variety of seafood dishes both for dine and delivery at affordable prices.
About what we make, I really don't like Google recipes or anything. It's what I love to cook and to eat.
What are you doing now?
Okay, right now I'm marinating the lobster so that we are ready to cook. We've done salt, lemon, then some paprika, coriander, and then we are doing a ginger garlic paste, which is standard for any fish or seafood. This just gives it the natural Swahili flavor because all our recipes, are Swahili inspired. Yeah. Yeah, so this lobster now is ready for grilling. Yeah.
And how long does it take to be ready?
These are crustaceans, shellfish. They take really fast to cook. The moment the flesh, see the white flesh, the moment it turns opaque, it's ready. But for the lobster, since it has the shell, we need to wait for it to turn all pink, which I will show you, then you'll know it's ready.
What's the function of that brush?
Actually, for just that, it's like painting. You need to get everything that we put on the lobster well distributed. So that's the main use of the brush. Yeah, that's why I was telling her because it's like that. Now I'm going to put the lobster on the flesh side down. From what I know from my biology in school, is that it's about what the lobster eats. The green ones are vegetarians and the red ones are carnivores. But I've never confirmed this. So they say, but in terms of flavor, I don't think there's any difference. So I'm mixing some soy sauce, some vinegar, or lemon juice, and some oil. So I told you the lobster needs to be very moist while it's cooking. And you see it started to turn some color into some pinkish color, yeah? Yeah. Before I decided to professionally become a chef, I already used to love to cook for myself. Because if you know good food, you don't want to be outside buying food and you won't get the quality that you need. So that's how I became a good chef, because I was really interested in making myself good food. And now that's what has inspired me to want to offer this to people. Because all our recipes are like homemade. Everything we make here is something that I would personally love to eat myself.
So where do you source your fish and how do you determine your pricing?
I source my food from the Indian Ocean. The first thing is to actually find out where a particular type of fish comes from. Because as I said, from along the Indian Ocean, there are some places where you can get some whole fish, some places whereby you can only get the tiny fish, some places where you can get lobsters and other shellfish. So we do a lot of phone calls, but before that, as the business is growing, I've had to go down to the coast myself. So then the first thing would be to establish relationships with either suppliers or middle person or even the people who are owning the boats. So since we know what we are serving, the process starts from when we get when we have demand, actually, we know we have come up with a menu whereby we know we are serving this kind of crustaceans, we are serving this kind of whole fish. So for the years that I've known where each kind of fish comes from, it's just a phone call away, hey, we need this much kingfish. And then I call another supplier from another part of the Indian Ocean, we need this much lobster. And then we liaise with them. For now, we are transporting our seafood in cooler boxes with ice overnight. So it doesn't matter if it's from Lamu or Malindi or Shimoni. So each person who has a particular product they have to send to us, they put in cooler boxes with ice, and then they input in overnight buses, which nowadays the stations are all over. So it gets to the bus station, to our shop, we do the cleaning, we do the packaging, and then it goes into the freezers. And of course we label properly because we do a lot of home deliveries, and most of our clients who take up home deliveries, they want everything well labeled. So this is where we do all that. Before the fish is hitting the freezer, it's portioned and labeled. It's the snapper season, so we have a lot of snappers coming in. We've received some lobster today, and also kingfish. There are some things which are constantly available. So the rabbit fish, white snappers, the kingfish, and lobsters. And prawns, people love prawns. So when we started, we were doing raw fish. And clients, as we are continuing to grow, we are continuing to serve the demands of our clients. And the first demand after we started selling the raw fish was how to cook it. So then we set up a kitchen. And as we continued to cook for them and deliver at home, they started to ask if they can come somewhere and dine. And that's actually the main reason why we moved here, because now you can tell our clients we actually have a sitting space, like a restaurant kind of, you can just come and dine. And how we come up with our prices, I do a lot of benchmarking. I usually like to know what other people are selling and how they are selling. Also, other than that, we do our costing from the refrigeration, the transport, packaging, and I think generally we have to remain profitable. So yeah, after doing our costing, then we add our margin, and that's how we come up with the price. I try to maintain a personal relationship with our clients. That means we talk to each client and give them exactly what they need, and the client is always right. So I think in a day, we always have maybe a client or two who are not happy. So we end up either giving them something extra or, always, the client has to be happy.
Supermarkets are replacing modern fishmongers. Let's take on it.
I think they won't make it. But I think the only thing that they will be missing, which we will still be winning at, is the personalization of such a seafood business, because a supermarket is selling many commodities. So when they decide to put up seafood, let's say, for example, a customer walks in and asks for white snapper, right? Yes, we will sell the white snapper, but if I sell the white snapper, I'll share the recipe with the client. I'll allow them to choose the size. I will cut the fish however they would like, and I'll even ask for feedback. So for a supermarket, yes, they are coming in, yes, they are taking up the space, but I think what we have, which we will still stand on, is the personalization of the small businesses and the sharing of recipes. Because also, they are selling the raw fish at a higher price than we are, so that they make their margins, of course. So with the clientele that we have, it's people who would want a delivery at home. So by the time they catch up with how they would do the delivery or the customization of orders as we would, I think it will be a tough competition. Yeah, really.
What kind of advice would you give a young entrepreneur who wants to venture into this type of business?
Okay, I'd say you have to be really passionate. And if you decide to go into seafood, there's no shortcut about it. The temperatures of the food are really risky to handle. So the moment you try to do a seafood venture and you're not keen on how to store the fish and how frequently to bring it, it's going to be a big loss. So I'd say for any entrepreneur who'd love to start this business, you start small. You'll be open to learn a lot from your clients and always take the feedback, and this way your business will grow. Because I know so many young people who are trying to do this business and they would just love to pump in some money, bring some fish and sell. It's not all about that. We have to start from somewhere, and also value addition. Because I can have maybe 100 kgs of snapper right now, but if I decide to only sell it as raw items, I might be so limited. but I can decide to add value and say, hey, I'm frying the fish for you at a cost. So if I fry the fish for you at a cost, that's a value added. When we add value to fish, it brings in more revenue, right? And then you decide, I can do doorstep delivery. So that's still an extra income. So here is a fishmonger, there's the person who's doing the packaging, there's a rider, as in everyone just gets something. So as a small business, we have to always think of adding value to what we are selling. And of course, consistency. Every day you wake up and you do the same thing over and over, and in time, it actually gives back.
Incredible. It's high time.